Henry.
Okay.
How are you?
How are you? Yeah. I didn't really have a good answer. Sorry, I was panicked. I got a DM from like a former CU football player and was like, oh, what's this about? And it turns out Visco was posting old highlights from before, and he wasn't actually back in Boulder. Yeah.
That's a bummer.
It is, but also, like, what would Visco have been doing in Boulder?
Squatting.
I guess squatting. Yeah, I guess squatting. That's all he ever does. Just squat, squat, squat. That's why he looks like that.
Yeah, it makes sense. God, I
When's
hope
the last time you squatted?
Depends on what your definition we're talking about.
Like with a weight. Have you ever squatted with a weight?
Of course.
Okay,
several
when?
times.
Single digits, double digits?
Last time, triple digits.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you big squatter.
Last time would probably have been like a month ago.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
It's been like 6 years for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I'm trying to remember if I ever did it in college. I don't think I did.
So now that once you're
did.
of a certain age, like myself, you really just focus on things that can help you in golf.
Oh, I was thinking golf or live longer, but that's
I don't care about that.
Oh, okay.
Don't tell Allie. Yeah, no, golf. So like squatting, like getting that lower body strength, very helpful in golf.
Huh. Interesting.
Yep.
There's like 4 machines at my building, so I just go through those 4, and then the next day I go on like the treadmill.
That you can squat on.
I'm sure they also have like a bunch of like free. I'm no expert, but I would say like you could grab like some of those little handheld things and do a little. I don't mess with those.
Do they have do they have like the pyramid rack of the barbells?
No. Sounds dope though.
Mine has that, yeah. So that's a good one. But I also like I'm not willing to like risk injury. So like you see the guys and they're like getting all the way down to like the ground. I'm like, it's not worth it for me.
That's not why I'm here.
I'm trying to build a little strength and help my golf game, not throw out my back and cost myself a couple of weeks.
Yeah. I don't really lift. I'm kind of
trying to get better at it, trying to get more of it. It's fun. To me, it's fun. It's just like the act of like getting out of bed. That's not fun.
Yeah, that'll get you. I woke up at 8:30 this morning, did Wordle, crushed it, and then was so proud I fell back asleep.
I've been doing this thing where I wake up decently early, but then I just work from bed for like a long
I've
time.
been in those phases. Yep.
And it's like really fun. It's like just a great way to wake up, but it's kind of it makes me feel lazy even though I'm working.
Definitely that. But the best way to do it is to like work really late at night in bed. And then you're just like, I kind of need to edit this in the morning. I might throw one more section in the bottom, and then wake up in bed and just be like, okay, time to do that.
Yeah, like we have 4. I'm in 4 Slack channels now.
That's a lot.
DNVR, PHNX, CHGO, and then there's like an all-city overarching one.
Wow.
So like I wake up and I just start going through Slack channels to see if I'm like needed or if people DM'd me or anything. So like that's like a 1 to 2 hour exercise every morning.
I'm not jealous of that.
Yeah, it's not the best part of my job, that's for sure. Best part of my job is winning bets, probably.
That's a good part.
Okay, so maybe we should talk about this now. Let's get to we'll get to big threes in the second segment.
Okay.
First of all, Adam almost came on here and hit an SGP and dethroned you last night as like the most recent person to hit an SGP. It missed by a half bonus point. We had him at 9.5. He got 9.
Oh, you took it down a little bit.
Yep.
I had one that he was the only one who missed, but I had him at 15.5.
You guys want to do the dilemma of the day then?
What is the dilemma of the day? No, we're not going dilemma of the day yet. We'll do that later. Here is what we do need to talk about, though.
Ooh.
Nikola Jokic MVP odds.
I know. I almost got in on them last night. I was laying in bed looking at it. I was like, wait, he's still plus 180 or whatever, plus 160 or whatever?
Yep.
That can't be right. Like, didn't we just see all of this? And then I see a straw poll came out. I was like, well, that's going to do it.
That lost it for you.
So dumb.
Okay, so just for everyone who's watching at home, literally yesterday, I said today might be the last day that you can get in on good Jokic MVP odds because the straw poll comes out tomorrow. Yeah. Well, actually, Adam had a scoop because he was invited to vote in the straw poll. So he was like, I've submitted my answers this weekend, so it could be coming out any second. So I was like, this could be the last day that you can get good Jokic, quote unquote, good Jokic MVP odds. And now I am shocked, and maybe you could talk about this. We're actually potentially going to have a guest on tomorrow. I'll tease that officially when it happens.
Is it Jokic?
To talk about this? No.
Oh.
But like
It's Joel Embiid.
the straw poll is so. It's not like a blowout, but it is very handily in Jokic's favor.
Because there's very obviously a better basketball player.
Hey, you don't have to tell me twice. Why is he still at plus 120?
I don't know. I don't know why he's still at plus 120. I thought when I saw it, it was like minus 120, minus plus 100, something like that. Maybe minus 1.
Maybe you were looking at a different
Maybe
book
it came
because
back.
there are several books that have him now at even money or like neck and neck. DraftKings still has it at plus 120 for Jokic, which has come down 10 points since an hour ago, and minus 150 for Embiid.
That's
so you're
tempting.
still getting plus money on that.
Yeah.
It's a little tempting. If I wasn't so deeply invested already at plus 1750,
Yeah.
I would probably want to get in on this.
Yeah. And like I have my Makar Norris Jokic MVP thing, which basically like the parlay cancels out the fact that I was late for both.
Right.
And since that's going to hit, I'm kind of in the same boat where
So maybe here's my reason to get in on this one right now. And I probably should have just done this morning if I was going to do it this way. But I am set to win almost 100 units if he wins. Do I just get enough to round it up so that it would be a 100-unit win?
that's that. No.
Okay,
Is
all right.
the answer no?
All right, all right.
But I mean, like, I get how you think that. It'd be a fun tweet.
It would just be nice to tell everyone, I want 100
Exactly.
units on Jokic
In terms of
winning MVP.
smart betting, probably not the best idea.
Right. Is that really? Yeah.
That's a lot of units. I think, what would I get? I get like 20 units.
I guess
on my little
maybe it's
parlay?
not quite that. Maybe I'm overestimating.
Okay.
No, it's definitely that. It's 100 units. 100-unit win if that goes through. So, fingers crossed. But that was actually going to be my question. Do you think, like, average bettor, not even necessarily a Nuggets fan, just now kind of catching on to this, would you advise them to take Jokic?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's like, at worst, this is 50-50 right now.
Just in case you don't know the straw poll is 2 media members from each NBA market. So what is that? That gets
60?
us to...
Except it's market. So does that mean like Lakers and Clippers cancel out?
No, per team.
Okay, per
probably.
team,
I'm
okay.
guessing per team. I
It
don't
should
know.
be.
Somewhere around 60, but there are 100 votes. So then there's 40 like national people.
Yeah.
So this is a legit sample
Oh, yeah.
of people who have MVP votes, people who don't, people in every market. Clearly the 3 people who voted Jokic 5th, I'm thinking 2 in Philly and 1 in Miami.
Probably. I mean, just how
Maybe
does that
Jersey?
happen? How does
I don't
that happen?
I don't know. I mean, a couple people left them off their ballot entirely the last time we did this.
And I
so-
got too mad about that. I was like scrolling through Reddit and it pops up and I'm like, oh, okay. And then you see that and it's just like, how?
Yeah.
How?
It's I mean, it's the same, you know this story, like Buffs, the rightful national champions in 1990, but Tom Osborne, the coach of Nebraska,
Yep.
doesn't rank them on his top 25 coaches poll, which knocks them down a spot.
Yep.
So they're forced to share it with Georgia Tech.
I thought that was going to be some conspiracy theory that you're going down, but no, that was actually true.
That
Yeah,
happened.
It's
so
true.
like, people talk about, it's a half national. No, it's not. One guy who shouldn't have any power to
Yes.
decide this
The
thing.
rival.
Yes. Made it so that happened. If
Yeah,
you were to even rank
it's
them,
dumb.
I think the stat is like if he had ranked them like 14th or something, they would have won.
Huh.
But he didn't rank them because he didn't want them to get the
So
national
dumb.
championship. Which like that's why coaches no longer have any say in who the national.
Would you do
champion-
that? Like, say CSU's about to get a national championship, Nebraska's about to get a national championship, you get a vote. But not as like a media person, as a coach. Because media, I feel like there's like a responsibility to not.
No, I actually don't think I would be that
I don't
petty.
think so
And like
either.
I'm a fan of pettiness,
Yeah.
but that's like you're fucking with like history there.
Uh-huh.
Like at a certain point, you just have like a responsibility to the game to do
Yeah.
the right thing.
Yeah. Totally.
All right, I'm glad we agree with that. Speaking of a sad update here, if Jokic were to win his 2nd consecutive MVP, we have to retire the Jokic doesn't get respect narrative forever.
Totally.
And I like that one. I don't.
It is a fun
I'd
one.
rather get the 100 units.
Or just the like, Jokic is an all-time great narrative.
Right. Now we'll probably have to start fighting for like where does he rank all time soon?
Which is crazy because he's like 26.
I know. By the way, I believe LeBron 27 when he won his first championship.
Okay.
And MJ 28.
So we're on
he
pace
hasn't
here.
even entered in
We're
the
on pace.
championship window yet.
No, this is gonna happen.
It's pretty good.
I just hope Nate and Jamal, or not Nate. We'll get to
We'll
Nate.
get to
That
Nate
was
in a
a little
second.
party. But I just hope Jamal and Mike come back. It would be so much fun.
I don't think it's happening this year.
Here's also, I don't think it's happening either. I do think we have one more of those like little bumps where it's like, oh, is it happening? Is it happening? Is it happening? So regardless of whether it happens or not, I think the momentum comes back at some point.
Right.
Adam was talking about it yesterday on the pregame show. Return date. That maybe here at the Lakers game,
That'd be fun.
that might be one to look at.
Okay.
Even this next Indiana game for MPJ might be possible too. So just kind of looking forward. It's not
Indiana, that's
completely
where
shut
Michael
down.
Porter Jr. is from.
It's not completely shut down, but it's
Is that true?
very possible.
No way.
Yes.
Indiana?
Yes.
I thought he was from Seattle. I could have sworn.
He played
I
high
think
school in
he's
Seattle.
from a lot of different places because
That is true.
in Missouri they were calling him a true son, but he's
Yeah.
not.
Oh, yeah.
But he's not.
I mean, I gotta dig into this. Indiana MPJ.
I got you, don't worry.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's what the producers are for.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Yaya actually does his job.
Wow.
It's pretty fire.
Wow. That's crazy.
One more thing in the Jokic
He's
MVP.
actually born in Columbia, Missouri.
That is okay. So that isn't right. And the reason I say this is because I was at the Nuggets game the other night, and they did like a "How well do you know your teammate?" thing, and the question was, "Where was MPJ born?" And his teammate said like Gary, Indiana, and he was like, "Oh, close. It's this Indiana." So
I don't know
have to
who to
take
trust.
Michael Porter Jr.'s word for this.
Have we ever taken MPJ's word?
I think we can take his word on where he was born.
I don't think we trust the word he says.
Going based off Wikipedia.
But like, you can be from somewhere but not born there.
I bet the Nuggets have like an in-depth bio. Maybe it traces like a couple of the different spots.
Right. We need a timeline, like one of those little globes
Yes.
with like little plane tracks.
Yes,
I'm
I
going
love
into
those.
The NBA official website. Let's see what it says.
Okay, cool. And
I
then
need a
make a map
bio
out of
that
it,
says
please.
like he was born here, then he moved here. You know what I mean? Like not just a hometown.
Hometown.
He
No,
was born 1998 in Columbia, Missouri. His mother, Lisa, played basketball at Iowa.
that is true.
His father, Michael Porter, played at New Orleans.
Okay, the only thing
That's a
that I
bad
can
bio.
think that maybe I went wrong here, this is the only possibility that I could be wrong, is that it was the other way around. So he was guessing.
Wouldn't that make some sense? Wouldn't that really fit the?
Was it Monte?
Yeah, he's only been in Columbia. Then he went to Seattle, Washington. Then he went back to Missouri. Now he's in Denver.
My guess
I
here.
think Monte might be from Indiana.
Is
Want
it
me to look that up?
Monte or
'Cause
Monte
Gary
won
was, right?
Michigan Gatorade Player of the Year.
Yeah, but you can win that.
Right. In high school.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else it could have been. Who was with? I'll have to ask Mitchell Smith because that's who I was with. See if he remembers. But I remember him and I. He would just think the same thing because him and I.
Oh,
had a
I was there too
conversation.
that night.
Do you remember?
No, that was a wild night.
It was a good night.
It was a good night.
All right.
Here's one more
let
take.
this go.
Those national TV games, like when you have that one was like on TNT or whatever. So you wind up with like the 3-minute timeouts. Mm-hmm. The Nuggets do a great job with those.
Oh yeah.
Like you go to just like an average game and it's like, okay. But like Rocky goes through the whole big like movie montage, all that sort of stuff.
Right.
You can only do that with those long timeouts.
They're ready for those.
That's my new take. I'm going to the national TV games because they're going to be much
They have
better.
better Rocky bits.
Yes.
From Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Okay, let me think who else it could have been on this thing. Let's just go through some nuggets. Will Barton, no.
Marcus Howard?
Oh, that's actually I can tell you right now.
Wait. It could have been Marcus Howard.
Where's he from?
Morristown, New Jersey.
Not
So
close.
okay. I'm pretty sure it was Marcus Howard guessing MPJ, and he
I
said
believe
Indiana.
it. Those two are boys.
and MPJ said Indiana. So
Maybe where he had his biggest game. Like his
Did he have a
biggest game?
kid there?
no,
Did he get it
I'm
backwards?
I'm I'm thinking that like his family was like out of town or something, and he was born there, and then
Maybe.
they just instantly drove back to Columbia.
Wow. Somebody needs to dig into this. Do you see?
We'll get the wind chimes on this.
Yeah, there was like that TikTok going around of like the Lakers don't put LeBron on the lost graphics.
Yes, that was hilarious.
We need our equivalent. Where is
Right.
MPJ actually from?
Where was what hospital was he born in?
Yes.
We need the birth certificate.
Yes.
All right. This is like the biggest story of anyone ever trying to get someone else's birth certificate.
Biggest ever. Nothing else could compare.
Nothing could compare.
Not two presidents.
All right. Last thing on Jokic.
Was it Gary Harris by any chance? I know he's from.
He was from Indiana.
Gary Harris is not
But-
on the team.
Are you sure?
Gary Harris is from Indiana. He won Indiana Basketball Player of the Year.
Sure did. Mr. Basketball.
But he's not from Gary, Indiana.
That,
Which your brain wants to take
it does.
you there.
And then you're like, well, it doesn't make sense. And then you thought, well, if I was his mother and I had to name him and I was in Gary,
Yeah.
would I name him Gary? That'd be a good reason.
Would you name your kid Denver Chisholm? It's kind of fire.
I think names have gone a little bit out of control.
Oh.
I think there's about
Gonna go back to the basics.
exactly.
Jason,
There's like 150 acceptable names for men and women.
Mike.
Everybody keeps calling. Mike is a good one. Yeah, classic.
All right. Anyways,
I hope he comes back.
last thing I have on Jokic MVP. Nuggets are 3 wins away from hitting their over on the season.
Mm.
An over that 100% expected Michael Porter Jr. to be
Yep.
there the entire time, and expected at the time Jamal to come back around December. Like that was the original thought.
There was crazy watching all this happen.
So they set a number, and Jokic just had none of those people, and he's still gonna hit it.
yeah,
All right. DraftKings Sportsbook, where
He
you
does
can
have
get in
Boogie.
on the
Boogie.
he does have Boogie.
Didn't expect Boogie.
And if you ask the Sixers fans, Bones Highland is like the 3rd best player in the NBA.
I love how much they love Bones. I mean, but you think about it, and there's probably like 5 fan bases across the league that have only seen good Bones.
Oh yeah.
And there's like, oh, Bones, this is like the next big thing in the NBA. And
You're not
I
talking
love
about
that's
the
a thing.
HGTV show called Good Bones?
No way that's a thing.
Yeah.
Have we memed that yet?
We haven't.
We
That's
got
a good
memed
idea.
that.
That's
Yeah.
a good idea. Allie's little brothers, notably Sixers fans, they're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, Bones he's going to be like the next big star for the Nuggets. Like, they think that he's like better than MPJ.
I mean, I believe that because of like the way that everything they read, everything they listen to is saying, well, Bones Highland's is this, he's that, he's
Yep.
that. Like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
They've been indoctrinated.
And like I'm not gonna argue with someone trying to tell me how good Bones is, you know.
I know. I've been saying he's a mixture of Steph and MJ for a week.
All right, let's go.
Nobody listens.
DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook, where you can get in on all the action, including the best odds on Nikola Jokic to win MVP. I'm pretty sure still lie at DraftKings Sportsbook. So if you're trying to get in on this, just as like a casual bettor, a lot of people don't want to wait a long time for futures. So like this is like a 3-4 week bet. It's not a long time to wait, and you're gonna get plus money on it when the media who votes on this is telling you he's going to win. Anyways, you can also get 5 to win 200 on any of the final 3 games in the NCAA tournament. So either of the final 4 games, yeah.
Notifications. I was like, what the hell?
Oh, God. You must have got a lot of notifications.
Yeah.
Any of the final 4 games and the championship game, pick the right team, 5 to win 200 at DraftKings Sportsbook. You can, of course, also get a sign-up bonus up to $1,000 when you use the code DNVR. At sign-up, of course, must be 21 or older, Colorado only. Bonus comprises of a first deposit bonus and a first bet match, each for $500. Deposit bonus requires a 25 explained. There are restrictions to apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. You're really entertained by Lord Slabs, huh?
Yeah, I know. This is my favorite NFT. My only NFT I like. First
Is Lord
one.
Slabs?
They won me over.
I think, what's the NFT actually called?
Mutant Shiba Club.
Oh, the Mutant Shiba Club.
Yeah, we were all members.
Why does everything have to be like adjective, animal, club?
These are computer people, Ryan, not creative people.
It's raining really hard outside.
I parked a block away.
Oh, I can drive you to your car.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get back to the business here. Let's do our big threes. Let's start with thanks.
Yeah, let's start with mine. The Lakers, plus 12. So, the reason I'm going to do that is because, the Lakers have been really bad recently, right?
For like the entire season.
The back's up against the wall. They need a win. And most importantly, they're going up against the Mavericks. And the thing
that's
about
good
the
for the
Mavericks,
Nuggets.
exactly. And you'll see where I'm going with this because also the Clippers money line, that was a pick-em, but I'm seeing now that just closed. I also saw that Paul George
Who's
is
not
back
playing?
tonight.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good.
Oh,
Right?
it is good because I already made my bets. It isn't
Nice.
so good. So now they're minus 120 for the rest of you. I guess that's
fine.
not that bad. And that's the Jazz. Both these games are on TNT. And so I was like, well, I've got to. It's scoreboard watching season. It's Nugget
Right.
season.
Yep. And it's predictable NBA season, as Adam and I talked about
Yes.
last night. Like, you never know who's going to win in an NBA game just
Nope.
in the middle of the regular season. At the end, when there's actual stakes, then you can start to predict it a little better.
Lakers just have to keep it within 12, and they have so much to play for. 12 points.
And if aren't they only like one game up in the play-in?
I think if they lose, they'll be sitting outside the play-in.
What's the money line on this?
Though that's what I actually bet, but I couldn't say that
Okay,
responsibly.
yeah.
So what happened was actually last night I made a
Plus
little
500.
parlay with the Lakers and the Clippers, and then I was like, well, why not throw the Avalanche in there? And then overnight, all the news comes out about Nate, and so I shouldn't have done that and lost some value. But all that together was plus 2,200, and with Nate gone, you could probably get like plus 3,000, close to plus 3,000.
Right. Okay, I like this. I like Lakers money line at plus 500.
Me too. It's a terrible big 3 pick, but I'm all in.
If I didn't have to drive to the airport tonight, I would definitely bet irresponsibly on that and just like watch that alone.
I know. I haven't seen my girlfriend in a couple days. We're gonna hang out tonight, and I've got to say like, hey, I've been really busy. I'm gonna be typing right until the time you want to come over like 5:30,
Right.
and we'll just hang out and order some food or something.
Right, watch the Lakers. Man, it would be huge for the Nuggets too, right? Would that move
yeah.
them into the 5, or would put them a half game back? I think
They
they'd put them a half
would.
game back.
I think half game back of the 5. No, it might. No, half game back of the 5, full game back of the 4.
Whew. Man, Embiid people are going to be in shambles if Jokic all of a sudden jumps up to the 4 seed.
Yeah, they're gonna be in shambles regardless. That's
Yes,
all
they
they
are.
do. They just
They're just
shamble.
constantly in shambles. Clippers and Jazz. The Jazz like just melting down epically.
That's for like what, the 5th time in 5 years,
Yeah.
where it's like, oh, Christmas time. Oh, look, is this the next great team? Oh, and guess what? Their 17-1 start wasn't sustainable, and they're
Right.
just as average as everybody else.
What's your future that you gave out literally yesterday? Probably all already down to division winner, Northwest Division. So you gave it out yesterday, just in the comments at plus 500, didn't you?
Oh, I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure
Was I
you
in the comments?
you chimed in the comments yesterday and said like, check out Nuggets to win the division. At
That
plus
was not
500.
me. That was somebody else. But I have said that in the past.
That was,
Sean.
In the chat, yeah.
Okay. I thought that was you. Now it's down to plus
wish it
340.
was.
One night.
Wow.
160
crazy.
points we lost.
And that's the thing is like
Should've
the
got in
Nuggets.
on that. Adam talked me out of it. He
If the
always
Nuggets,
does this to me.
Adam is the lamest betting takes.
So maybe I figured it out, the Michael Porter Jr. thing. I think you were confused.
No,
Yeah, I think you were
I've never been confused.
I think you were confused.
I think you were thinking of Iowa instead of Indiana, and that's where Michael Porter's mother is from, Iowa.
Oh.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
There is no player in the Nuggets that's from Indiana.
Except for Michael Porter Jr. He's not from there. He was just born there.
Well,
He-
there's no player born in Indiana.
I'm gonna have Katie Wingy like go to the Jumbotron people and get the video footage.
I think there might be nobody on the roster with less Indiana vibes than MPJ.
Yeah,
With the double negative in there, but
There's actually
even Jamal has some Indiana vibes.
Yeah.
There's
Boogie,
very
maybe?
little people actually in the there's only like 7 people in the NBA from Indiana right now.
That seems unlikely.
I checked
Yeah.
that reference because I didn't believe it. There's been 158 in the history of the basketball.
Seems really low. What about Colorado?
I'd like to check that in a minute.
Okay.
Can we bet on it?
While you do that, over under 10.5.
Current,
No, all time.
all time, over.
Okay. What do you think? What would you set the number at?
11.5.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. The way you were so confident made me.
Yeah.
Where do you guess this?
I said the over under should be set at 10.5, and I'll take the under.
Just so you know, this is NBA plus ABA.
Oh.
It's the same thing. Yeah,
No.
it's the same thing.
Colorado was cranking people into the ABA. Throws off the entire thing.
ABA legends.
What, do you still want to set that over under?
I'll take the over now.
Henry, 19.
Okay.
Oh, easy
Nice.
money.
Love that.
Wow.
Famous one? Very quiet.
No.
No,
Chauncey Billups.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do my big three. Did you finish yours? Yeah, Avs money line. It's a consensus.
Avs money line. If the Avs are in plus money, you take it.
I'm so glad. I was gonna say this is something that we've never talked about, but we just share this philosophy. If you see the Avs, the best hockey team in the world,
Ever.
at plus money, you take them. Now, of course, we know no Nathan MacKinnon, and that sounds really bad.
Especially when you factor in the no Gabe.
It's not bad. Lehkonen is in. Newhook's gonna go up to 2 seed.
Yeah.
Kadri's killing it.
Oh, I don't care about it for tonight.
Oh, he'll be back next game. It was just a fight. He injured his hand. He's okay.
It sounds worse than that.
It's not literally.
I'm pretty sure.
Jared Bender said
The worst
concern level
answer.
is high.
What's the concern level? High.
I do not believe Jared Bednar. He is the ultimate.
As somebody who doesn't believe a word Michael Malone says, I feel like I'm obligated to agree with you.
Oh, you guys are big coach
MPJ's about to be back.
non-believers.
Jamal's going to be back. It's all just them.
Carroll also said Russell Wilson wasn't going to be traded, and look where he's at now.
Coaches don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Lie
with that
about
stuff.
being more concerned about things. They
Yeah,
lie about
they do.
being less concerned about things.
He also
Wrong.
lied about. Did you see that Gabriel Landeskog presser where he's like, "Yeah, he has a surgery in his knee," and he's like, "So it's a knee injury." Oh, I don't know what's going on. And then he's like, "I just do not believe Jared Bednar.
Yeah.
I think he's okay."
No LeBron tonight.
Oh,
So that's a tough break for our big bets we've already made. So I've lost Nate and LeBron in this parlay since I've
I've
made it.
Oh, well, people at home still have time to get away
Yeah.
from it. All right, my big three, which does include the best hockey team in the world, money line. I don't care. I really don't care.
No.
They're down 2 of their big 3. You're gonna have to take away all 3. Touch on wood before I touch wood. Before I ever consider not betting on them. Cale over 2.5 shots on goal. I think with Mac out, you don't look to Mikko to get more shots. He might, but usually Mac sets up Mikko's shots, whereas Cale, in basketball terms, creates his own shot.
Yep.
And then Kadri over 2.5 shots on goal. He's just a bulldog, and
Yep.
he's gonna go crazy. Like, he's gonna be trying even harder now.
Yep.
So there you go. There is my big 3. This Avs money line pick. Let's just talk a little bit about Nate. All I care about is the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, like,
Look at
as long as he's back by the playoffs, or even by the second round, like, you would hope you could get through the first round without him.
Because what this is based on just internet rumors, but it's like 4 to 6 weeks for a broken hand, if that's what it was.
I saw 6 to 8.
So for about 6 weeks, and the playoffs start in 5 weeks.
So we can get away with that.
So you're probably within the range, and then if he comes back like halfway through the series, just get his legs under him for the second round.
Well, and he won't have any problem having his legs stay under him.
He has great legs.
And he'll be able to skate all he wants.
He's also a
That
hockey
is
player.
true.
He's also a hockey player, so he can be back in 3 weeks.
Depends on if you can get, like, like, how's he feeling in his hands. You always got to worry about people slashing
Intentionally
at your hands.
now, too.
Can he get, like, a cast? Like a protective cast?
You'd have to if you're coming back early,
All right.
unless it's healed. Because otherwise, like round 1, the coach is saying, hit Nate in the hands early in the series.
I remember in 98, John Elway had, like, a broken rib that he was playing with, and teams were just spearing his ribs.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
That's sports.
Yeah. Okay. Last thing before we get to an SGP that you're going to help us with.
Mm-hmm.
Are you, is this the sign Nate should never fight anyone?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I mean, that's what makes us love Nate. Like, as much as we love, like, the goals and stuff, it's when Nate beats the hell out of somebody that you're just like, yeah, that's my guy. Like, that's hockey. He's a tough guy.
Gabe
Stay
does
tough.
the same thing.
Gabe too, yeah.
How come, like, Curtis McDermott never hurts
At this point in the season, I don't know.
It's
That's
only
a good
when
question.
star players throw hands
know.
that they get hurt.
To be fair, Curtis McDermott has like hands of brick.
I know.
There's a reason that when he like gets near the goalie, nobody pushes him because everybody's afraid of Curtis McDermott.
Dude, this guy, it literally, when he throws punches, it does look like he's throwing like a giant stone at someone's face.
And he's only 28.
That is wild. But yeah, I just feel like in this situation, should Nate have gotten in a fight? probably not. Like, you know that there's the risk of injury. You know you're close to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, if you do it up until, like, 3 weeks ago even, then I'm fine.
So
And then in the playoffs, it's almost another animal where it's like, that's kind of cool again, too, with me, just because
Right.
it's the
unless
playoffs.
You get hurt. Like, last year, Landy got in a fight in the first game of the playoffs. Loved it. And then I believe this year, the first game of the season, he got in a fight.
Yep.
And I loved that, too, because it was kind of like this, everyone thinks we're soft. We're changing
Yeah.
that this year. And I think Nate's keeping that alive
Totally.
with this. It's just unfortunate. I am with you. I'm not team he should never get in a fight.
It just...
It was 2 weeks ago would have been the cutoff
It would have
line
been a
for
really
fights
good
for
time.
me.
It would have been a really good time. Just, you have 3 fights throughout the year. Don't use any of them in March.
I think we'll just pass this on to him next time we see him.
Yeah, I'll say that. Very
right.
rational hockey players when they think about fights.
Yeah, that's the other thing is people are like, why didn't he just let McDermott do it? It's like he was about to get in a fight. He wasn't exactly thinking the most clearly. You got some important information there?
Madden League.
Calm down. All right. we're making an SGP here. So
Cool.
I need you to open up the SGP mode of your phone. I think there's a way to profit off of this, of like knowing who's going to like how the game's going to look without Nathan MacKinnon. So I think I like an under of sorts. Unless, do we know who's in net? Yeah. NHL analyst. Yeah.
Real quick.
All right. Yeah.
I got you guys.
Where are we starting?
Well, so let me just see. What is the Avs money line looking like? So it's plus 130 normally. So
We're starting there.
I think so. I think
Yeah.
you have to.
Yep.
That's just great value.
I agree.
I almost want to throw like an under 7.5, like a big number, but that only gets it to plus 175, and I still think 4-4. I guess it'd have to be 5-4 as possible.
Right.
So I don't love that. So we're not
maybe
going to
we'll
do
just
that.
stay away from unders.
Yeah, unless we want to take like a real under, I think that's the move.
First goal to the Avs.
Yep. Oh, first goal, last goal. Love those. Those
Both.
are classics.
You want both?
I'd take both.
Okay, that gets us to plus 290.
Okay. First goal, last goal. No reason to take team to win from behind. I feel like we just got to pick 1 goal scorer. Or maybe 2 goal scorers, depending on...
Let's go 1. Let's go smart. Because last time we went 2 and we hit one of them. We had Nate and Mikko, and we got Mikko, I think. I'm going Kadri.
Okay. I can get in on that.
Plus
So
700.
if we go Lehkonen instead, it's 950. That's not worth it.
Nope. We're going Kadri. Plus 700. Done and dusted. I like it.
3,000 if we throw Newhook in there, too. It's tempting, but we shouldn't do it.
No,
We
we're
shouldn't
not
do
doing it. I like your thought, though. Yeah, do we know who's in that?
Not so far. It should be Kemper with the rest.
Okay, I was just worried about by the value of the Avs if they knew that it was a backup goalie night.
Yeah.
Do not know for either one.
Cool. All right.
Let's
Punching
do it.
that in.
Easy
It's a
one.
big Avs night. We're not afraid of the Avs without Nathan MacKinnon. In fact, we like it even better because we get more value.
So true.
Mac, please heal soon. And JOKIC for MVP. About covers everything.
Yep.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. I think Andre's back tomorrow. So we'll welcome him back with open arms.
not, I'll be
Hank
here.
hits this SGP, in which case he gets to come back.
Wow.
See you guys later.